Hi, I'm here to present an important factor in research, that is literature review. Normally, literature review forms an entire chapter, that is second chapter of your research work. So let us see what is literature review. What is literature review? Literature review gives you a comprehensive survey. Normally, you take a comprehensive survey of the works published in a particular field of study which you have taken up. So, the related works, related articles of your own topic, that is summary of the research that is published earlier, and the related articles to your topic are searched for, and then summary is presented in literature review. Thus, literature review starts with literature search. So, you first start searching on literature and then you go on to literature, reviewing the literature, reviewing and also evaluating that literature. So, which type of literature is searched in literature review? Normally, the literature is classified in three categories. One is primary. Primary sources of information, as they are called. So, primary sources are thesis and dissertations, that is research work, then journal articles and manuscripts, patents, standards, all these are primary documents or primary sources of information. Secondary sources of information is the second category, which includes books and encyclopedias. And tertiary sources are just indicative sources. They don't contain information, but they indicate where the information lies, and these are bibliographies, indexes, abstracts, etc. Normally, when you do literature review, you start with literature search and you look for these three categories of information, sources of information. You have to start with tertiary types of information, that is bibliographies and indexes, which will show you, which will indicate you where the information lies. Then you can go to secondary types of information for getting your concepts cleared, that is books and encyclopedias or even subject dictionaries, which will clarify the concepts, where you can find the definitions also, and then go to primary literature, which forms the spine of literature review, that is the thesis and the research work or journal articles that are contributed by the earlier researchers. So these sources of information are of prime importance in literature review. Now, what are the sources of information on the web? On the internet, the sources of information that are of supreme value, again, you have e-books, you have online journals or e-journals, and DOAJ is the directory of open access journals which are freely found on the internet. You also have online databases like ERIC in education. ProQuest is the thesis online database. So there are n number of databases which are available online. There are guides to information sources. There are institutional repositories. All the big institutions, scholarly institutions like IIT or even for economics, IGIDR, they are having their own institutional repositories which give contributions of research of their own researchers. So these institutional repositories, through these repositories also you can get scholarly articles. Then on the web you can get organizational directories, you can get subject gateways or portals. Like for example, earlier there was a portal called SOSIG, that is for social science information. Now it is called as Intute, I-N-T-U-T-E, Intute. So now it's named Intute. So for social science, you go in at SOSIG or Intute, that is subject portal. Now you can also approach information, or you can also get information through consortia like Infonet of Inflibnet or INDEST, which is a consortia for engineering colleges or engineering institutes or even IIMs for management information. Now, what is the purpose of literature review? Why a literature review should be done? literature review helps to gain the background knowledge of the research topic. For example, one of my students is doing research on green library. So she has got background information on how green buildings are built. What are the standards regarding green buildings? So you get background knowledge of the research topic first. Then you can identify the concepts relating to it. For example, eco-friendly building. What are they? Then she also got concepts clarified through the ecological dictionaries. Then you can formulate a researchable hypothesis. You can see the thesis done by others, your predecessors, and then see how they have formulated their hypothesis. You can decide according to your own choice of topic how the hypothesis can be formulated. You can identify your own methodology, whether qualitative or quantitative research, what type of methods can be used in order to do your research work. So literature review also helps you in that. Literature review helps you in designing your research. Which type of design will be suitable, whether exploratory study or explanatory study, which type should be used. So for that it is useful. Then for identifying the documentary sources, internet-based sources used by other researchers. So what literature search they have done, which type of research they have done, and what needs to be added because it is the earlier research. So what is lacking in that research you can find out, and that lays a good foundation of your own research work. That is the use of literature review, and it is a very important activity. You should spend much time on literature review. Now, steps in literature review. Whenever you are doing literature review on your own topic, first you are not sure the focus of your research topic. So what you will do is you will pick up a broad topic of a research instead of focusing on a particular area within the research. Then you narrow down for relevant articles and then find out the focused research or focused articles done by, first from broad go to the narrower articles. Then you can look at scholarly peer-reviewed articles for research that is better for literature review. Then analyze the research that is done by earlier people. What have they done? What is the research design? Then accordingly know the authors and materials on that particular topic. Who are the authority on that subject, and what is the resource material that has been used by them? What are their findings? What are the findings of the earlier writers that you have to summarize in literature review? And again, what is missing? Because naturally your topic will be a unique topic. So something has to be missing in that research. So what is missing? That you have to search, and that is the intention of literature review. And then you can find out that missing part, and accordingly you can work on your research design. So it helps you in designing research. Now, as I told you, literature search is the first step, you can say, in literature review. So what are the steps in literature search? In literature search, you select the topic with the help of catalogs, bibliographies, websites of thesis and other material. Then you can define the terminology with the use of glossaries, thesauri. Then you can define the parameters of time, place, type of material depending on your own topic, and then accordingly search the material, and you can list the probable search terms which are called as key terms, which are called as keywords. So you find out the keyword and go in that direction, searching for the keywords within your research for literature search. Within literature search, you do that. Next is you select the sources from libraries as well as through internet and get your own concepts clarified. Next step is you use OPAC, that is online catalog, library catalogs, use bibliographies which are also available on the net. For example, when I was doing my research on solo librarians, I got ready-made bibliography on the net prepared by one of the librarians. So that can be done. Use indexes and use also databases which are of prime importance. Then search for the documents online as well as paper-based like books, articles, thesis, annual reports, standards, patents. So all these things are very important in literature search, which is the first step of literature review. Now, you can have access to e-material or e-resources through various channels. So how to get internet-based access to the information? It can be through search engines like Google Scholar. I always recommend, I have written here Google, but I always recommend the use of Google Scholar, or there is something called as deep web. So that which is not available in Google, that which is not available in other search engines can be available through the search engines which are available in, which are present in deep web. So you can search deep web for research, or you can use Google Scholar. Then you can use consortia. Through consortia is a group of libraries coming together like Index, Infonet. Through them you can get information, or through databases like EBSCO or ProQuest. These are the companies, but ProQuest is thesis and dissertations in humanities and social sciences. EBSCO also has varied databases, they can be used, or through digital libraries and institutional repositories. We have seen what institutional repositories are. IIT is having institutional repository, then IIMs are having institutional repositories, IGIDR is having, or even you can get information through web OPAC. Now, information sources on internet, there can be online catalogs, online dictionaries, online encyclopedias to clarify your concepts. Then online catalogs to find out which book is available in which library. Perhaps online books are available in some of the libraries. Online ETD, that is online thesis, are available in some of the databases like Vidyanidhi or even Inflibnet, Infonet, so many, or ProQuest. Then online journals, online bibliographies, online thesis, online databases, as I have already told. Then literature review is presented as a chapter in 3 sections. First section is introduction, wherein you introduce your own topic. Second section is summary of the articles or thesis that you have referred to and their own findings by the earlier people. And last is conclusion, wherein you summarize the major findings and the studies that you have chosen. So major findings of the studies that you have chosen, that is the conclusion, and what is missing, what you are going to find out. So that is indicated in literature review. These are the sections of literature review. This is the way you present a literature review. So this was section on literature review. I wish that all of you will decide your topic. If it is already decided, I wish that you will refer to the material on the sources on the net as per these guidelines and go ahead. Thank you.